I'm Brian, and you're watching City Steading Brews. And you're probably wondering, why did this video not come out on a Friday? You know what? It didn't really fit the standard schedule, so I thought I'll just make something a little bit different and give you guys kind of an inside look at some stuff that we do. Now, what I have here is mead. This is a pineapple mead. It's also known as a mellow mel, if you like to call it that. But it's still mead, which is basically just wine made with honey and other stuff sometimes. This one is pineapple. It's old. I made it a little over 2 years ago. It tasted horrible when I first made it. You're probably wondering what's in it. Well, it was pineapple juice that I bought off the shelf, a bunch of honey. I don't know how much. Want to know why? I didn't take notes. But I did take readings on it. And I do know that it ended up at about 16% alcohol. Okay? I don't really know how much honey I put in there though. I'm betting you probably somewhere in the 3 to 4 pound range. What kind of yeast did I use? It was bread yeast. When I first tried this, I almost threw it away. I made this at about the same time as I made a lemon wine, no, it was orange wine. And the orange wine tasted so vile, I dumped it out. It is one of the few brews that didn't spoil that I actually just threw out because I just thought that is one of the most disgusting things I have ever tasted. The pineapple, however, here's the story. And here's why this video exists. People have been asking, well, what happens when you age mead? How long should you age it? Blah, 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 blah. It's so hard to say. There's no way to know for sure exactly how much you should age your mead or how long every mead is different and everybody's taste is different. I have made meads that in 4 weeks were awesome. They were just fantastic to drink. I've made meads that needed 3 months, 6 months, a year. This one, I've tried it a couple times along the way. I tried it at like 3 months. It was okay. Tried it 6 months. It was better. Tried it at like a year. And it was okay. I still have my doubts about this one. So I thought, how about I make a video of me tasting an old mead that I've made and tell you what I think of it. So here we go. Now, this has been sitting in the fridge for a while, like a couple months, because I like my mead cold. So I'm going to pour this very carefully. Because it was made with bread yeast, there's a lot of wispy sediment in the bottom of this bottle. And it's an older bottle, which means I didn't do my two rack rule and all that kind of thing. So there's sediment in the wine bottle. I just don't like that. Thus, we instituted that 2 rack rule and all that kind of thing. Right off the bat, that is a beautiful color. Okay? It's got a nice golden hue to it. Smell. The smell, I've always liked the smell of this. It's kind of warm. It's got a little bit of pineapple, but it's like honey mixed with pineapple, like blended together and cooked. It almost has a cooked smell. I will tell you right now, this smells a lot better than it used to. Now, some of the reasons this needed aging. First, pineapple is pretty rough on fermenting. Okay, it just is. It takes a while. Second, it was a higher gravity. How I got bread yeast up to 16%, don't ask me. It happened. I didn't use any of the chemicals, none of that kind of stuff. I don't do any of that. Anybody that's watching our videos should probably realize by now that we don't use sorbates and sulfites and all that kind of stuff. We want to keep it natural. There's all this kind of junk in your food and everything like that. Why put it in everything? No reason. Now, before you start saying, but you're drinking alcohol, which is poison anyway. Yeah, I know, but at least it's natural, That other stuff, it's just not really natural and it's not really needed. We've done enough testing, and a lot of our audience members have done enough testing to know that when you don't use those things, things come out tasting a little better. Does it take longer? Yes. Is it worth it? Oh, yeah. So, here we go. Let me give this another quick smell. It smells wonderful. It's difficult to describe. It kind of smells like pineapple upside down cake with a little bit of like a caramel. All right, let's give it a taste. It's so much different than it was when I first made it. When I first made it, I couldn't take a sip without doing, that kind of face. It was just harsh and didn't taste good. This, I think it still needs a little more time. It's not bad though. This has come a long way. And the reason why I like to talk about this and why this came out at all is is to tell you that just if you don't like a brew today, doesn't mean it won't be good in a couple of years. Let it sit for a while. You can see how much is left in the bottle. I've been drinking it. Every so often, I take a taste just to see how it is. Right now, I'm gonna take another taste. There's the pineapple hint, but it's almost like a cooked pineapple. It's an interesting flavor. It's like a caramel pineapple. The honey comes through though. But let me take another taste. Wow, I don't taste the alcohol. If this is 16%, I wouldn't believe it. I think it's more like 8 or 9. It doesn't taste like it at all. There's no effervescence at all. There's no bubbling. It's been still for a long time. But that combination of a caramel, honey, with a hint of pineapple coming through, wow, it's actually really incredible. The flavor combination is wonderful. I may have to make another one of these and do a video on it and show you guys how we did it, because it's growing on me. I'm starting to like it. But I'm thinking I still have that other bottle that hasn't been touched. It's been sitting in my closet. Maybe I'll let that sit for another year before we try that. It was also kind of an experiment to see, does putting it in the fridge versus keeping it at room temperature have an effect on aging? I'm going to have to say unequivocally, this is improved since the last time I tried it, which has been several months. Now, why did I put it in the fridge? 2 reasons. One was I wanted to see the difference, and 2, it was starting to get a little bit low here. I didn't want to have that much headspace in a bottle that's sitting out at room temperature and let it potentially turn into vinegar. So put it in the fridge. That should reduce that effect. But it's still aged. That's really cool. And honestly, this is just something I threw together. This is before we started the channel. This is long before I really started keeping track of my brews. I used to just throw a bunch of things together and see what worked, and then remember it for next time and learn from that and put things together a different way the next time if it didn't work. Or, if I liked one aspect, I used that, but I changed it up. That's how I learned. And by watching a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of people out there that do this stuff. And we learned mostly by experimentation. That's the truth. This to me is kind of like a symbol for the path that we've taken. We have this lovely brew in the end that started out really rough, really harsh, and we had no idea what we were doing. So that's pretty much all I got for today, guys. I wanted to thank you for watching. It's been a long road, about 1.5 years now, and we now have the 2 channels going. And as I'm writing this, our Cooks channel is just about to become a partner channel with YouTube as well. So both of our channels are now partnered. Unfortunately, that means you're going to start seeing some ads on our Cooks channel. I apologize. But it does take money to keep these channels going. We do look to make an income from this, and that's why we have links below and we have a store and things like that. The more we can bring in from these videos, the more videos we can make, because as we do less of our day jobs, we have more time for this job. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a like. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe. And if you want to be part of the insider team and all of the VIP stuff that goes on our Facebook VIP group, you can sign up via Subscribestar and Patreon and join the VIP. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.